Hello traders, welcome to the LFB and our global video charting review, which covers the macro minute outlook on the global market, the movement in precious metals, dollar index and equity and risk trade. My name's Marco Hake from the LFB Trade Desk. Hope I find you well. We've got to highlight the fact that Forex and futures trading does involve substantial risk, is not suitable for everybody, and we do ask that you read and accept the disclaimer posted to the website before proceeding. We've got a dollar index chart up, 1 hour chart with a trend line. We've got momentum reads and we've got intraday support and resistance areas. Global traded markets have held a test of support that was seen in precious metal and equity trade earlier in the week, as the dollar index that we can see here dropped lower to breach 73.60 in trade on Wednesday. It was noted in our previous client note and video that if a weekly close below 73.60 is seen, then a powerful move towards 72.50 is likely from a technical basis. There may be a period of consolidation ahead of the Federal Open Market Committee interest rate decision from the US on Wednesday, but not in anticipation of movement in rates from the Federal Reserve, but instead anticipation of what will happen at the inaugural press conference being held. Chairman Bernanke will today explain FOMC members' thoughts and policy and then host a question and answer session. Dollar index is back to its opening price now, just below the 74 area, having reversed a move lower in the overnight session. The reason for the reversal higher from that test of support is that only the British pound has been able to make gains against the greenback during the European session. The Japanese yen lost ground after the S&P rating agency issued an outlook warning that will go to negative on the AA rating if the current economic picture remains in place. The Canadian dollar lost ground against the greenback at the same time as the Australian dollar gained, while the Swiss franc remained flat as the euro held on to one 15-minute move generated in early Asian trade. The video review for the technical currencies does go into a little bit more deeper content detail if you're interested in the foreign exchange aspect of it. As covered in the previous client note, the importance to global central banks in holding the dollar index above the 71 all-time low area cannot be underestimated. However, it is going to be difficult for the market to hold the dollar at support if global equity markets choose to move higher. The German DAX is pushing through 74.30 on its way to test yearly highs again, and the S&P is holding recent tests of 13.45, which is the high for the year. The long signal issued to clients on S&P 500 trade on Tuesday that got long from 13.35 has hit both of its upside targets. And here we can see the instigation of that 13.35 move pulled back, tested support into a long trend. The momentum candles turned back blue to say that bullish momentum had hit, and then we got the signal long from 13.35. That was targeting resistance 2 at 13.39, and it easily hit those two upside targets in trade on Tuesday. Global risk markets are finding the path of least resistance being moves that buy the dips to support, or seeing momentum pack reactions to economic releases that crash through near-term resistance areas. Near-term long signals on equity trader holding steady, with no indication at this time that the long equity trends are going to be easily reversed. The S&P 500 equity market has gained 7% during 2011. It's been a roller coaster ride, which is the equivalent to the loss suffered by the dollar over the same time frame. Therefore, in dollar-denominated terms, the S&P has offered a net sum gain this year to those who reside in the US looking possibly to put that money abroad. Precious metal markets have consolidated recent tests of support And as highlighted in Monday's client update, patience needs to be exercised by those participating in silver and gold bullion trade. We're looking at the gold bullion chart here, forward futures contract. The expected pullback that we covered in the video on Tuesday from a test of resistance at 15.20 on gold bullion saw the test of 14.90 hold overnight. That was absorbed, that test of support, and as expected, the dip was bought on gold, and that's what we were calling for in the previous client note, and we'd said that patience was key and that the test to support was very likely to happen, which it did. The pullback in silver bullion trade that reversed the upwards test that nearly captured $50 an ounce on Monday has now consolidated around the 45.50 price point. And again, in the videos this week, we were calling for this pullback consolidation, and then we'll start to reissue alerts, updates and signals on the bullion market. It does seem that fair value has been found in the near term, and as yet no new signals either long or short are being generated in the bullion market. West Texas Intermediate oil trade continues to hold around the 112.50 area, having been unable to break and move through a pivotal price point during the overnight session. A potential alert is forming on WTI. We gave you details of this yesterday, and that will be issued to clients once a weekly chart has closed out on Friday, and we did highlight this at the beginning of the week. 112.50 looks to be a very pivotal price point to break from on WTI futures contract oil trade. At this point in time, global commodity markets are not offering a clear picture in regard to the strength of the recent moves to test support. Being able to now create a buy the dip play will do anything more than just hover around near-term resistance areas. Updates, alerts and signals will be sent directly to clients as the 24-hour Forex and futures market reveals the strength of sentiment and momentum in the buying and selling of global risk. We do thank you very much for making the LFB an integral part of your trading day, and we do hope you enjoy the videos as part of the service offerings that are offered under the subscription packages that will guide you through the futures and Forex trading market during the course of the 24-hour global trading day.